Hi guys, in today's video I wanted to just have a play more for my own mind if there are any similarities to my two latest purchases and eyeshadow palettes, the Natasha Denona My Dreams palette and the Huda Beauty Empowered palette. At first glance, and of course you never know until you start swatching, I was quite taken by the fact that these had a similar vibe. They don't look too similar when I see them side by side like that, but I want to swatch them side by side to see if there are any similarities, because when I played with the Huda Beauty palette, it sort of gave me reminiscent vibes of the fact of when I played with the Natasha Denona, or with the warm tones and the purple tones. Seeing them up close and personal right at the moment, there's more purpley in the Natasha Denona than I think the Huda Beauty, but I want to swatch them side by side and see what they look like. So if you're interested in seeing the comparisons between the two and whether they are very similar or not, please keep watching. Thanks for joining me today, guys. My name is Ange and I like to share all things beauty and lifestyle aimed at the more mature woman as I navigate my more mature years. If that sounds like you, please consider subscribing by clicking on the subscribe button down below, and don't forget to click on the notification bell so that YouTube lets you know each time I do upload a video. Now, I have succumbed to two new eyeshadow palettes recently. These two, Natasha Denona and Huda Beauty. I have tried them both in the last 10 days, or week or 2 weeks, and I had similar vibes about them when I tried them. So I thought, let's do swatch comparisons to see just how similar they are. Something that just blows me away is that I know these companies do not produce their products, overnight. It takes planning, and sometimes it can take up to 2 years to get a palette delivered to the market. I was really surprised to see two palettes come out that have both got warm and cool tones in them, in particular the sunsetty orangey colours as opposed to the purpley pinks in the palettes as well. Now the colours that I'm wearing on my eyes at the moment are from the Huda Beauty Empowered palette. I'll link the video down below of where I did this look. I'm going to be doing other videos using both of these palettes, doing 3 looks, 1 palette with both. I love the colours in both of these, but let's just swatch these palettes and see if they are similar and what shades, marry up and look similar, and do you need to buy both? Of course I've got both, but if you are thinking about one or t'other, you may want to see the differences. Now, I have swatched some that I think are similar between the two. Now we have the blackest black. I do have to say the cream is beautiful on the Huda one. And then you've got the blackest black from Natasha Denona. Then we have Confident from Huda Beauty. And I believe Aspiration from Natasha Denona to be similar. We have Keep Going from Huda. And probably more similar would be this one here, which is Nurture. Keep going, yeah, Nurture. We have Manifest It, which is the cream balm one in the Huda. And on my arm, this is a little bit deeper, and I would say that is Babies from the Natasha Denona palette. These two have a bit of a shift to them, so they're not that similar. These are Do It from Huda Beauty and Invention from Natasha Denona. These two are very similar. Rebel from Huda Beauty and Unity from Natasha Denona. Then the other two that are similar are Rebel from Huda Beauty and Risk from Natasha Denona. And then the last ones that are similar are Legacy from Huda Beauty and Familiar from Natasha Denona. And just for fun's sake, this is why I don't like swatching. I've ended up with makeup all over my white top. Okay, so looking at all of those together, there are quite a few similar shades between the two palettes. So although they are not identical, they are very much similar in their overall look of the palette. So I believe they are similar enough that you don't need both. And of course I've ended up with both, but they are colours that I really enjoy. I didn't realise they were as similar as they were until I got the two together. I thought, even looking at them at the beginning of the video, I would have thought that the Natasha Denona was far more purple plummy than the Huda Beauty. But there are a lot of similar shades between the two palettes there. So I think if you've got one, you don't need the other. Now, something I did want to mention is that these palettes are very similar in price. So the Huda Beauty is $67 US and the Natasha Denona is $69 US. So they're both very similar in prices as well, but you do not need both of them. I hope you enjoyed those comparisons, guys. If you did enjoy that, please give the video a thumbs up. I'm going to go and wash myself because I've got eyeshadow absolutely everywhere. Thank you for joining me today. Don't forget to click on the subscribe button down below if you haven't already. I hope you've all had a beautiful and a wonderful day, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. See you later, guys. Bye.